Welcome back, YouTube, and thanks for clicking. Today, we have a unique addition to the collection, the custom Cosmic Brothers Venomized Thanos portrait and gauntlet for the Sideshow Collectibles iconic Thanos on Throne. Enjoy as we dissect every intricate detail, discuss the design choices, and uncover the story behind this masterful piece. Be sure to stick around to the end to get a preview of this commissioner's next Thanos piece as well. Let's get into it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as it really helps build the channel. Thanos is one of the most intimidating figures in the Marvel Universe, and that's even without his cherished Infinity Gauntlet. But if you substitute that gauntlet for another powerful weapon, the Mad Titan becomes someone both heroes and villains will have nightmares about. This scenario just became a reality in Venomized #1, as the Poisons, an alien race from the Venomverse miniseries that feeds on symbiotes and their superhuman hosts, have declared an all-out assault on the Marvel Universe. Leading the charge for the Poisons is none other than a Venomized Thanos from an alternate reality, and he's not even the scariest part of the scenario. This business with the Poisons began when Venom and Eddie Brock were recruited into a war between lethal protectors from across the multiverse and the symbiote-eating Poisons. The way Poisons operate is simple. They wait for a superpowered individual to become bonded with a symbiote, and then they attempt to feast on the pair. One technique a Poison uses to lure in their prey is showing them a vision of a loved one. Naturally, Thanos sees the Grim Reaper Mistress Death, who he is constantly trying to please. Venom would cross paths again with the parasitic aliens in crossovers with the X-Men Blue Team in Poison X, and as a result of the story arc, Jean Grey has been possessed by a poison, and our heroes stuck in space. Meanwhile, the Poisons have chosen Earth with its many superheroes as their next targets. Resultingly, this leaves the entire roster of heroes open to infection. Delving into the statue, we have a beautifully illustrated and larger than normal art box depicting the mad, infected Titan. Inside, we have an exceptionally well packaged number of pieces. Not only did the factory use a higher grade of foam, but they incorporated Velcro straps and secured everything expertly. Here, we have the untouched foam and everything fully unpackaged, numerous pieces, and brightly colored. The Venomized gauntlet is adorned with the Infinity Stones, of course, but is also dramatically larger than I was expecting. It looks like an actual animal claw, very highly textured and glossy. In person, it has an almost translucent, slimy, wet look to it that is very captivating. Unexpectedly, it has a light up feature requiring two AA batteries. The initial commission post didn't even mention this, but it looks great and I'm super happy with it. There are also a few auxiliary tendricle pieces that connect to both the portrait and gauntlet, further enhancing the symbiote presence. Note the subtle shading throughout. The massive tongue is a separate piece as well, detailed and glossy with transparent resin. The gauntlet base is reminiscent of Thanos' throne. No venomization at all on it, as it's meant to house the regular Infinity Gauntlet. The portrait stand is a masterpiece, and in my mind, steals the show. It is larger than expected, heavily venomized, including several huge fangs, and exquisitely painted. It complements not only the statue, but also pays homage to Venom himself. The armor shows signs of battle damage throughout as well. Here are the fangs, which connect to the portrait stand. Varying sizes, but quite impressive. As customary, this came with a certificate of authenticity from the Cosmic Brothers. I have number 4 out of 60. And finally, the portrait, an asymmetrical interpretation of Venom taking over. The Thanos portrait is that of the exclusive, which came with Thanos on Throne. Almost identical and indistinguishable, aside from the Venom portion, as well as some slight shading. Here, we have the original exclusive portrait next to the new edition. Other than some shading and some slight colorations, they are very similar. A nice bonus should you not have been able to secure the exclusive version of the Thanos of Throne originally. And now we have a 360-degree shot of the portrait and gauntlet on their respective stands, as well as a quick assembly video of the unit. Whether you chose to display this piece on the statue himself or simply alongside, you cannot go wrong. It looks stupendous from every angle imaginable. Once situated on the statue, this piece fits flawlessly. The portrait also has two tendrils that attach and surround the neck area, nesting below his armor. The jaw and tongue look as if they are encapsulating his entire face. It completely transforms him into a two-face style statue. It is only when looking directly head on will you see both aspects of the symbiote nation. As you continue progressing, you are greeted by the massive venom gauntlet that looks as if it is spreading down his entire arm. As a size comparison, we have the original Sideshow Gauntlet here next to the new Venomized one. Quite a bit larger, as well as the Infinity Stones being much brighter. Both versions are magnetized and house the battery compartments, and both versions fit securely onto the statue himself. However, if I'm being honest, the new Gauntlet base houses the original Gauntlet much, much more securely than the new Venom one. Next, we have the stands housing the original Infinity Gauntlet, as well as a secondary piece the same commission group did, Old King Thanos' portrait. And finally, some glamour shots of the big guy all venomed out. Also, yes, this group commissioned the Thanos saber behind him as well. A fast little side by side of the Venom portrait on the stand, as well as the original portrait on an auxiliary stand I have. Thanks for watching, and I wanted to show just how large scale the Venomverse has expanded to. Here are some of the Venom Funko Pops currently available. Loads more on the way as well, so don't expect this trend to stop anytime soon. As promised, here's a sneak peek at the next item coming out from the Cosmic Brothers and Night Monkey Toys, a custom Venom portrait, stand, and sickle for the new XM Thanos and Lady Death combo. Previously, they made a Thanos saber that went with this statue, which I also have. Absolutely love it. Fantastic piece. Remember, this is just my perspective, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this piece. Drop your comments below, and let's continue the conversation. Thanks for joining today, and don't forget to share with your fellow collectors. Until our next adventure, keep your passion for collecting alive and your love for superheroes soaring.